as role models and, respectable men in my community and my city. Like we ain't cross paths as much. I ain't play for y'all growing up, but like me playing in high school, I seen Coach Harden doing his thing. I always, seeing you around D and heard stories about you balling and just always, I always want to give credit, to the people that did it before me and show love,
That's
and
love.
show my respect. So, and I appreciate y'all for reaching out to me and, wanting me to be a part of this. So I'm definitely excited for it.
Man, that's love. That's love. For real, that's love. And
Yeah, same
shit,
same here,
it's
man.
the same way with me, with you. You know what I'm saying? Like your path, your story, you know what I mean? First of all, I commend you for even sticking with it, right? I see a lot of similarities in your path that's similar to mine. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm very intrigued on just asking you. We're gonna start from the high school. You know what I'm saying? Down digital. People that know the old folk, old heads, Southern. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go ahead and get started officially, man.
Okay,
All
all right,
right.
let's get
All
to it.
right.
Yes, sir.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the pick and roll with Taz and Dee. We got a very, very special guest today. We got a University of Delaware graduate. He holds the single season all-time leading score record there. He's one of the co-founders of Heart Over Height. He was a high school head coach. He was a prep school coach, a junior college assistant coach. He was a pro overseas, and right now he's an NIL representative for pro sport athletes. If you don't know who I'm talking about Davon Usher. Welcome to the welcome to the show, my brother.
Yes,
Thank you, man.
indeed.
I
Yes,
appreciate that,
indeed.
man. That introduction was dope, man. I like that.
My God, go ahead, take it away, Taz.
Now listen here, Jay. Listen here. Listen here. Let me make sure I get everything straight. Because we're gonna start from high school. And I'm gonna say this. I'm also gonna say this. This is one of the most underrated players too that come up out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Mm-hmm.
right now, all Metro, all Metro. You played down there with the with with George and the Jackson
Justin.
brothers. Yeah,
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
playing on the
Damn,
team,
I forgot about
but
that.
you played at a time when you had Will Barton, you had the Barton brothers up Lake Cliff, you had a kill over there at Patterson, right? You
Yeah,
had Stanton over there at Emerson. You know what I mean?
yeah. CJ Fair
You,
at City.
you know
Jordan
what I'm
at
saying?
City.
It's the year you when you was playing, City wanted they wanted the state first time they won it in 40 years. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't want to poo poo y'all are at all. You know what I'm saying? But I like to give you big ups because I'm like they been putting on, but you got all this. You had Selby up for the Player of the Year, National Player of the Year, and you had Will up for the National Player of the Year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
y'all still doing y'all thing. Y'all making your own little way. Y'all making your own little way. First, this is it. We're gonna say, listen, it's a new school. You know what I'm saying? We can add it on to the Southern history. First
Which
state
we do.
champion.
We always give Southern they flowers, and it's never like we try to forget them roots. You know what I mean? Like we always give those Southern guys that respect. That's why the Southern guys always show love to the digital guys.
You know what I mean? So that's love. And so telling people how you felt at this time. If you could go back at this time and talk to the people and try to give us your thought pattern at this time. Because you rocking and rolling, but you got all this other talent that's well deserving of the same type of attention. So how did you feel? Do you feel like an underdog? Did you feel how did you feel?
I mean, I always felt like my whole life I was an underdog. Coming from South Baltimore, playing at Bentlow, and just being, like a late bloomer, as they say. And
Mm-hmm.
I always played my age group. My birthday in August, so I was right on that threshold of, do I got to play 14 and under as a seventh grader going to the eighth grade, or do I got to play 15 and under with ninth graders?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, my parents was never into that reclassifying and we're gonna hold you back. Like they never really cared about sports, to be honest.
Right.
They just cared about me going to school, playing sports, whatever happens with sports, boom. But like my parents wasn't those folks who was at AAU tournaments or shit like that, talking to coaches and trying to put that bug in coaches' head. Hey, look at my son, all this. So I always felt like an underdog. So initially, I went to Carver my first 2 years of high school.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that I went to Carver. I was 14 as a ninth grader. I was 5'9", 135 pounds, and they told me I couldn't play varsity because I was too small.
Man,
But I said, all right, that's fine.
I'm going to cut you off. I'm going to cut you off. Because Carver, I did read that. You went to Carver in another school before you
So
went to this
digital,
school?
it was two schools inside of digital. It was National Academy Foundation, which was math, but they
Okay.
ended up getting their own building over by Dunbar. So when they got their own building by Dunbar, I officially transferred to digital as a senior. So
Okay.
technically, I only went to digital and graduated from digital as a senior. But
Okay.
I played on a team as a junior. I took classes in the building. But, I was just trying to, my thought process at that time, leaving Carver. And, my pops took me out the team halfway through the season because he just ain't like the structure. So I was just a regular student at Carver, 15 in the 10th grade. I had a growth spurt. I went from 5'9" to 6'3" in one summer.
Yeah.
So I never was playing AAU. I always played BNBL, house league, just stayed in my area, hooped outside. Like I never really was on the AAU scene. Like my parents
Mm-hmm.
ain't had no, I'm not asking my parents pay $350 for me to go play basketball when I can pay $30 and play 2 games a week all summer.
Yeah.
Like I just wanted the bump. I ain't really care about the rankings and all that attention. So when I finally got the digital and Coach Johnny kind of took me under his wing, Coach Johnny Grime and Coach Pooh, Coach Silk, they took me under their wing and Coach Johnny was actually the assistant coach on the AAU team that Will Barton, Josh Shelby, all them was on. So he was like, all right, bet we gonna, plug you in. So this is my
Mm-hmm.
first time on the circuit as a junior. I'm 16. Well, I'm actually 15, playing 16 on the AAU. We had Peace Jam. I ain't getting no time, but I feel like
Shout
I'm
out to
getting
Coach
better.
Grimes too, because shout out to
That's my
Coach
guy.
Grimes. You know what I'm saying? If y'all, I did the interview with Coach Grimes a while ago, but listen, when I say he like family to me, he's a player coach, man. But go ahead, go ahead.
He's the reason why I transferred to Digital Harbor and not Emerson. That was my two decisions, Emerson or Digital. And, I seen Coach Johnny working with us at Bentlow Camp growing up, man, always showing us love and just being that cool guy that you looked up to as a kid. He doing dunks and all that. And you like, man, he cool. He got the
Yeah,
little raspy voice and stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
but like, he know his stuff and he
Right.
teach you how to become a man, a young man. Like, he holds you to a certain standard where though I don't gotta, you should know how to act. All that. If I fuss at you and all that, you should feel embarrassed or like goofy because I'm the last person that should be fussing at you. So like I don't know. Once I played that summer with them, when I first seen AAU on the circuit at 15, I was like, oh shit! Like my folks be going to college for free.
Yeah.
Like oh, let me turn this up a little bit. Like let me really lock in and like dig deep within myself. Like I had to go to junior college from Digital Harbor. And before I talk about junior college, like my
Yeah, because
main thing,
I read that. I went. You went down there to poke. I did that. You went down there and you cooked that. See now, listen here, people. I apologize for keep cutting you off, right? But
you fine, you
this
fine,
right
you
here,
fine, Ted.
this part right here, this really when I was really like, hold on, let me read you some because now we about to go through some adversity, right? Yeah, did you feel like a little bit that you was kind of like damn, I'm alone. Like I was picked up to like, now I'm here in junior college. Go ahead.
So like when you transfer from like at the time digital was like I don't want anybody to get the impression that I wasn't a quality student. Like I didn't care about school. But the structure of how digital's education was set up at the time, it was a brand new school. The technology classes that we needed to graduate, get certain certifications, they wasn't, applicable to the NCAA clearinghouse. They didn't know anything about that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
they telling us we don't need math classes to graduate. I don't gotta take science. I gotta take this computer class to graduate. I gotta take hospitality and all this. And I'm like, I think these classes ain't gonna really help me. So
Right.
like at digital, I had a 3.0 GPA, but through the
Mm-hmm.
clearinghouse, I had a 1.6 GPA.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I was
Okay.
already signed Division I to Texas A&M Corpus Christi before the senior year even started. Shout out to
Yeah.
my guy, Coach Kevin Norris, a Baltimore
Mm-hmm.
legend.
Yes,
You
yes,
know, he
Shout
got
out
me out the
State.
mud
yes.
and
Yeah.
gave me that opportunity, made me feel like I can be a Division I player. And that's what made me turn up my senior year, you know, averaging 16 and 9 as a junior to 27 and 12 as a senior is like, I just knew that like I've been overlooked too long. It's time for me to run through everybody. Like I don't care
Yeah.
what your rank is, how old you are, what your name is. Like I got that confidence now. So 17 under, that's when I'm playing with Will and them, Josh, practicing against Will every day. And Will is like super humble, super cool guy. Like nobody on that team was like, I'm ranked this, I'm ranked that. Like from the outside, people could look at that team and be like, that's a bunch of probably arrogant players or cocky players and stuff like that. But to be honest, we was just all regular kids. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? We was just some of the most talented in our city. Like Will ain't have his license, I ain't have my license. We used to get picked up together to go to practice, and we practicing every day, and that's helping me get better. So to be honest, when it was time for me to go to junior college, I wasn't upset. I was kind of more frustrated. Like, damn, I was this close to going D1.
Yeah.
But in the back of my mind, I knew I wasn't ready. I was only 17 years old when I stepped on the college
Yeah.
campus.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like it was so different. Like the JUCO life is completely different from how Division I is.
Yes, it is.
Like
Yes, it is.
especially in Polk County. Like I ain't never been in no trench part of Florida. You know, we go you be going to Orlando. We
Uh-huh.
ain't driving 45 minutes an hour away from the resort. So
Yeah.
now I'm in the trenches. I'm around Haitians and you know, like shit like a movie. So I'm like,
Them
all
Florida
right, I
dudes is
just got
different.
they different, man. So I'm like, all right, I just gotta stay in my lane, you know, focus. But it was hard sometimes for me to stay focused when I'm watching my friends who I just played with last year
Uh-huh.
playing in front of 25,000 people and I'm playing in front of 20 people.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
that used to weigh on my confidence to the point like I'm the youngest person on my JUCO team my freshman and sophomore year. I was
Did it feel
18
like
and 19.
did it feel like kind of like felt like you had to speed up your career, but you really couldn't do nothing about it. But you like, man, I see them. I know
I
I'm,
wouldn't,
I'm working on my game. I'm good enough that I'm gonna get there. Like I see the goal. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I always like in my mind, like I'm a real spiritual person. So like in my mind, I always know like if you put the work in, if you move right, treat people right, like something going good gonna happen eventually. Like
Mm-hmm.
somebody gotta like you. In my mind, like I'm from South Baltimore. You know what I mean? Pig town. So like ain't nobody never in my neighborhood ever go to college besides me and Roscoe Smith.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I never grew up thinking about going to the NBA. I just was growing up thinking about just getting away from Baltimore.
Okay.
Like I don't care if I'm going to junior college. I don't care if I'm going D2, NAIA, long as I'm getting away from here. But I trust the process of my game. Like I'm gonna just keep working. You know, I averaged 9 points in junior college. I rarely started. I wasn't allowed to shoot threes, but I never let it weigh on my mental toughness.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
you know how like I come from Baltimore City. You know, like if
Yeah.
I can make it from in Baltimore City,
Yeah. I
ain't
get what
no
you're
need
saying.
to make no
Anyway,
excuses.
right,
I'm
right,
good.
right, for
It's no
sure.
need to. All you got to do is just put the work in and don't get in trouble. Like I didn't smoke in college. I didn't party. First off, I wasn't old enough to party until my senior year. I couldn't buy
Uh-huh.
liquor until my senior year of college. I was 21. So like my journey can show people is like from JUCO. I wasn't chasing schools. Well, I was chasing schools. I'm sorry. I'm sitting in the
Hold
library
up,
every
before we
day.
get there, before we get to Mississippi, before we get to
Woo,
Mississippi,
my bad, my bad, my bad, my
even
bad.
all right from Pope. Now I read that you had got a phone call from the coaching them, like, listen, we got about 7 to 8 spots. We need some players. You like, boom, they just went to the tournament. I'm all in. You know what I'm saying?
Dang, yo, how y'all do y'all research for real, yo. Y'all do y'all research for real, yo.
You played for Sean Woods, right?
I played for Chico Potts. Sean Woods had just took the job at Morris. So
okay,
it's crazy because like I'm so observant, right? And that's going to take y'all from that point all the way to where I'm at now. So I'm sitting watching college basketball. All I do is watch basketball all day. And I'm like just trying to figure out what school can I fit in. Like I'm in JUCO, man. I'm 19. Like I don't got no plugs like that. You know what I mean? Like I don't come from a family of basketball network nationally. Maybe in the city, you know, maybe in the state of Maryland and the DMV, but not nationally, where somebody can get on the phone and call a college coach like, yeah, take Davon Usher. He that guy. Like I didn't have that at that time, you know, and not saying my parents was never supportive and never tried, but like they didn't know. So I never fought at my parents for, and they always trusted me and knew that I knew what I was doing. It was like, whatever you do, we support you. So I'm watching Mississippi Valley State play. I'm like, oh shit, that school jumping, HBCU. They like, yeah, they're on their way to the NCAA tournament. They have 9 seniors. 9 seniors. Shit, I can play there. I go to the library every day emailing coaches. Like emailing coaches back then, there wasn't social media like that. So I'm getting on the school page, finding the phone number, texting them, calling, leaving a message, sending my film. I average 9.7 rebounds. Like thinking of it in hindsight now, kids that's averaging 9.7 rebounds in JUCO, they ain't going D1.
No.
Like if you ain't start, like I was a 6'6", my coach was making me play the 4. So like I'm calling people, so I'm like, oh, shit. So I call a coach. Sean Woods ended up getting a job at Morehead State or Morehouse. So yeah, Morehead State. So I'm like, yo, that assistant coach might get the job. I'm saying this all to myself. Like, let me hit him up. Let me call around, see if anybody know him. And my guy Patrice Days, who at Mississippi State now, during the time Patrice was grinding, he was at a prep school. He had a bunch of D1 contacts. So he was just sending me all his D1 contacts. I'm calling coaches, texting coaches. He was really helping me, you know, building his lineage and his network. And I ended up getting in contact with Chico Potts. Coach, I don't need to come on no visit. If you got a scholarship, can I please have it? Like, can I please have it?
Man, hungry. Man, hungry.
Like, I never took a visit to Mississippi Valley State. I begged the coach to give me a scholarship. He never seen me play, never recruited me. Said, Coach, I averaged 9.7 rebounds, you know, and I was the youngest player on my team in JUCO for the past 2 years, but I was an all-state player in high school. You know, like, just give me a chance. Like, you need players. Straight took me down there, sent me the schedule, said we had the number 2 hardest schedule in the country. So I say, okay, yeah, that's what I like. I'm ready to prove to everybody that I deserve to be a Division I player. And
you definitely put us in numbers. It was a little lopsided.
But people only like, the thing is, people see the numbers. I see the improvement of discipline, focus, hungerness, because like I never expected to go to D1 and average 20. That was never my mindset. My mindset was I just want to go to D1 and make sure I'm good enough to be in the mix. Like I didn't expect, like I was working so hard, I never knew how hard I was working. Like during that time, like I was just work out 2-3 times a day, literally. I'm home in the summer. I would walk from where Diggs Johnson Middle School at. I would walk up to the Y on Drew Hill. I would walk.
That's dedication.
I would work out with my boy Troy Parker.
Yeah, that's dedication. Shout out to Troy Parker too.
Shout out to Troy Parker.
Yeah,
listen,
my guy.
When I'm looking at you play, right, and as a player, you know, you always kind of like, who do you remind you of? Hey, coach. You remind me of Boosie Thornton and Mo P. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like I'm talking about I ain't talking about his high school, junior college. I'm talking about his Delaware State. But go ahead,
Right.
I'm
Once
getting
he
ahead of
got to the
myself.
NCAA, right.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
so like at Mississippi State, I just was trying to prove that I was good enough. Like in basketball, I always like to win, but like I never really care about wins and losses. Like I'm also like as a team guy. Like, bro, yo, if we lost, bro, it's not the end of the world, bro. We good. Like
Yeah,
this shit ain't the
yeah.
championship. This ain't the last game of the season, yo. We good. So I was always like, it's light at the end of the tunnel. I never was the negative type of thinker. Like I'm always like, bro, I'm a go D1. Like I stayed in summer school at Pope for the whole summer and took 3 summer classes in order for me to go D1.
Yeah,
Like, so people don't even know that part, like of what it took for me to get there. So why would I put in all that work and not take
just
it
let it.
serious?
Yeah,
Like I
yeah.
used to break at Mississippi Valley State the gun. We had a shooting machine. It didn't even work. One of my homeboys used to sit at the shooting machine and push the button every time the ball gets stuck from me. And I used to shoot like 500 shots every day.
Now let me ask you this, because when you was down there, like you said, y'all had one of the toughest schedules in the country. Did that losing did it affect you a little bit?
No, it ain't affect me. It just made me mad. Like, god damn, my sorry ass teammates, they ain't ready. Like, I can't carry us. Like, I'm doing my part. Like, if I'm giving Big Ten schools 30 and I'm scoring 20 plus on these ACC schools and these niggas is running boxing ones on me. Why don't y'all just play me regular man to man how y'all play everybody else? Y'all know y'all gonna win by 20. And I'm
Yeah,
still giving y'all 20. So for me, I was just like, I want to play Virginia Tech. I want to play Virginia. I want to play Northwestern. I want to play LSU. You niggas better be ready. Like, I'm ready. So
and
like
you
if
like this on my resume team. I'm putting all this on my.
but like I never felt like every game I walked into, I felt like I could win. So like after Mississippi, I instantly was like, bro, I gotta go to a school that's one piece away from winning. So
All
I
right,
started doing my research again.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now it's funny. The coach that your head coach, he was at. I want to say he was at St. Joy for a little bit of time, but
He
he
was,
was
he was, he
he
coached
was
Jermaine
assistant.
Nelson and them, assistant
He the
coach.
one that he the one that came. He came to see me and Tay in prep school and told me and Tay he wanted both of us, but he said it's gonna take a miracle for y'all to get eligible.
Cause Delaware ain't take that. I mean, St. Joe's like them type of schools don't
But
be
he was a
taking
cool
JUCO
guy though.
transfers.
He was a cool guy though. He told us like he was. You know what I'm saying? He was
One of the
just lying.
Coach Monte Ross is the best coach, hands down, that I've ever played for at any
He,
level of basketball.
he
His
cool.
his his interaction skills with people
Yeah.
and like how he can make a chaotic situation feel so calm. Like you
Uh-huh.
would look at him and think he don't know what he's doing, but
Yeah.
he so can keep you so calm. Like, cause I'd be like, why he not yelling at us? We down 25.
Okay.
Like, dude, this motherfucker think we still can win the game.
Yeah.
All right, bet we gonna win the game.
Yeah, hold on. You can't just no, you can't rush through that. You gotta tell us about if you can remember, that it was this when y'all came back. Y'all down like 20. Was y'all in the tournament
we
then?
was down. We was down 24 with 8.5 minutes left on the game.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Tell the people about that game. Tell the people about the
Woo!
comeback and what you finished with.
So my mom still talk about that game. I actually every team that I coached, like in college and high school, my JUCO boys, my prep school boys, I sit them down and I show them that the half. And
Mm-hmm.
I showed them like what resilience and teamwork actually look like because that clip of like not even a clip, the live feed of from 8 minutes until the game ended, it like should be put in a movie or put in an example in like sports education classes or like ceremonies for teams of like how you rally together and come back. At that time, my
People, I'm gonna
great
put it on the
grandmother.
end of this video. I'm gonna have that. That clip that he talking about on the end of this video. Go ahead.
So like that was like a out of body experience for me because like 2 days prior to that, my great grandmother had passed away, and my family like wasn't trying to tell me until I like realized, certain people weren't coming to the game. I asked them, and they told me. So like my teammates saying, no, I'm kind of like mad. Like, damn. Like school ain't like hooping ain't that important. Am I missing out on my family? And like that they
Is
so
that when
focused on
Lil
me
T
playing
died?
basketball.
Is
Huh?
that when Lil T died too? Because didn't you
No,
have one?
Lord T died when I was still in Australia. Like
You had another
like
homeboy that you had another homeboy that got killed around the same
yep,
time your grandmother, right?
yeah, yep. So I lost another one of my friends that I missed his funeral too. But I'm so confined to deaths and stuff because we come from a tough city. But like your grandmother, I'm like, dang. So like for me, that game, I knew I was gonna throw like some trash. Like I was
Mm-hmm.
sluggish, and I knew we was playing against a team who they want to get all the way down to the last 10 seconds of the shot
Okay,
clock,
Mhm.
and we want to score in the first 10 seconds.
okay.
So it was an imbalance
Yeah.
of
Yeah, the balance, yeah.
yeah, the
Mhm.
balance. So we might get out, quick shot, miss. They coming down, walking the ball down, running offense, and I'm like, bro, I want to break this play so bad. So I'm bored, kind of out there bored in the first half. Like I think first half I had 11 points.
They
We was
did their
down
job.
10 maybe.
They did their
Yeah,
job.
they
That's
definitely
what
did their
it
job. And then we went in the locker room. Like I remember that game like it was yesterday. Like and we went in the locker room and like it was like regular. You would think we was winning. We ain't think we was losing. We was down maybe what 7-6 maybe. We wasn't winning. It was maybe 4 or 5. So then we down 20. We down 21, excuse me, with 8 minutes left because we can't make no shots. They got two 7-footers in the game. But like for me, I'm making everything. Like I'm getting to the cup, I'm getting and ones, like, but I don't like fail my body. Like I'm not really mentally there.
is.
I'm normally screaming, talking, yo, talk, boom, getting a chain rally. I'm literally like zonked out the whole time until like the end. And then like I didn't really realize what I did until maybe like a couple days later. I'm like, damn, I broke a record.
Yeah, yeah,
And then like 2 days after that, all the students came back on campus. So they heard about a kid scoring 42 points. They come to
yeah,
that game Monday. It's sold out. We play
Mhm.
JMU. I get them 39. Now
yeah,
I break the record for most points scored back-to-back games in the Bob Compton Arena. Break David Robinson, the Admiral record. So I'm like,
yeah.
Student
And
dang,
section
the way,
going crazy.
and the go ahead, coach. My bad. Go
No,
ahead.
no, no.
bobblehead.
I'm saying the student section was going wild. I know they was going wild.
Man, they didn't know me from a can of paint, to be
But
honest,
the way he
because
was scoring too, he was scoring on all three levels though. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all gonna see at the end. Y'all gonna see at the end.
I felt like at 21 as a senior, going through all that, going to JUCO at 17, 18, playing against grown men. My roommate was a 21-year-old transfer from Morgan State who knew
Mm-hmm.
Reggie Holmes. That's how me and him
Mm-hmm.
got tight, got roommates. Cause I'm like, yo, that's my guy, that's big bro. And like, that's my
Yeah,
bro. You feel me? So man, him got tight. Jared Denard still in Philly, and that's my guy.
yeah,
We still talk. His son next up. Um, but like he used to teach me the game. Like shit, yo, like you feel me? Boom, boom. Just teaching me stuff. Get physical with me in practice. Like shit, I gotta toughen you up, shorty. And I'm like,
yeah,
man, I'm tough. He was like, yeah,
yeah,
you tough, but you ain't basketball tough. Yeah, you get mad when you somebody make contact and all. You think somebody trying to fight? Nah, I gotta rough you up on the court. We got in a few
yeah.
scuffles, but that's big bro. You know, he's 3 years older than me. So
Listen, he from Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? That's like looking in a mirror. You know what I mean?
yeah,
They
yeah,
tough as
literally.
nails.
We was both lefties. Like, so he was really like taking me on his wing, teaching me. Like, so by the time I got to college at 21, I'm like, anybody who not taller than me or who not in my grade, I'm gonna bust their ass. Cause that was just my mentality at the time. If you're a
Yeah,
junior, sophomore, and you averaging 20, you not scoring 20 when you play against us.
yeah,
You're a lower person to me. You're not a bit dog. So like I ain't fair nothing. And that's why I wore number 0. Because I had that mindset of like, all right, I'm about to go to college, I'm about to go D1 now. I don't care about nothing. I ain't gonna make no excuses.
man. Hold up, you went there. And you gotta talk to us about the NCAA tournament. I never experienced that, right? Now that was one of my goals since I was a kid. You know what I mean? Like I want to go to the tournament. You know what I'm saying? One shining moment. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
That's still one of the
it
favorite times
was
of the year for me. You know what I'm saying?
it was it was definitely a great experience and a humbling experience. Like we kind of got placed in the wrong sense. We got sent to Spokane,
Uh-huh.
Washington. So from Delaware going to Spokane and our families couldn't fly on the charter flights with us. We ain't know that. We ain't never been to the tournament. So we like, if the school paying for it, we got all these extra seats. Why our peoples can't come? Why they gotta buy their own flights? Like we making y'all all this money and our peoples can't fly on the flight.
That's
So for
crazy.
us, we was going out there literally for the ambiance and to compete and showcase our talent and like it was a great experience. You go to the hotel, they give you a care package, everything on the bed, like a towel, t-shirt, nice stuff, a big bracket that you can put on your wall and fill out. Um, they do like a ceremony and stuff. They give you hats, feed you good. Like it's the setup is nice in the locker room. Like everything is real like detailed. When you on the
Yeah.
court practicing, you got people out there with cameras. Like a dude took a picture of the mellows I had on. I had like some yellow mellows and like
Uh-huh.
put them in like his article about like the nicest kicks in the NCAA tournament.
That's
So I was
crazy.
like, yeah, this
Yeah.
fire. Like because I had the everything. Like I'm playing the NCAA. First off, I'm playing the CAA tournament in my city.
Uh-huh.
So Melo, my favorite basketball player. I ain't about to buy no retro Jordans. I'm about to get some Mellows.
Yeah.
Play in my city with some Mellows. They ain't no. I never told nobody that. Like, don't nobody know I played in Mellows because the CAA. I only got them for the CAA tournament. I never played in them throughout the season. I'm like, I'm going back to the crib. I'm gonna get these Mellows and I'm gonna rock. You feel me for the crib?
Right, you're gonna
Look, I'm
represent.
thinking
Yeah.
about Keefe right now, though. I'm thinking about Keefe right now and the mellows. I don't know which ones you got, but we're gonna go ahead, carry on, carry on.
Yeah. But like the NCAA tournament, we felt like we could beat Michigan State. We felt like we matched up perfect with them. They had three prolific guards in Keith Atlan, Denzel Valentine, and Guy Harris. Two
Mm-hmm.
out of three of them still in the NBA. And
Yeah.
we had two players that one player averaged 19 and then Davon averaged 20 or close to 20. So we felt like we could hold with them long as our front court did they part.
Okay.
And our front court didn't do their part. They fouled Adrian Payne, rest in peace, his soul. They fouled him 19 times and he had 42 points, 27 at the half. We
They
only
fell
lose
into
by what
point.
I think 15. Yeah, like we was really down by like 8 and then we start fouling at the end because we ain't, hit a couple shots. But it wasn't a blowout. It wasn't an embarrassment game. Our bigs just couldn't hold their weight. So once that instantly was over, my
Mm-hmm.
mind instantly shifted to like, damn, yo, college over. Yes, thank God. I
You
can
was
go
ready
get
for
some money
the
now.
you was ready for the point. What position did you play? Like what position did you put down for as when you turned pro?
So when I turned pro, they put me down as a shooting guard
Okay.
at 6'6", 205.
Okay.
Um, with shoes off, I was 6'6", but I only wore 200. The biggest I ever
Okay.
got was 206. But they put me down as a two guard when I was in the G League, and when I was pro, they kind of made me play more so of like the two and the point,
Uh-huh.
like in a sense of they wanted me to handle the ball and do more pick and roll stuff. And I wasn't really used to doing pick and roll stuff in college. I'm used to playing off the ball,
Right.
scoring 2, 3 dribbles, rip and go,
Right.
catch and shoot. Now I can pass, but now I got to play make and run plays and snake the screen and do all this.
When you was in all right, so when you was in the Wizards camp, that's what they had. They had you at the point or the
No,
two.
they had me at the two. At the Wizards camp was weird because we did a lot of 3-on-3. Like a lot of the NBA camps is set up different. So, and let's talk about them real quick. Like, so I ain't care about getting drafted. I never put my name in the draft. You don't gotta put your name in the draft as a senior. So
Okay.
I ain't throw no draft party. nothing like that. Like I think we went to Denny's to celebrate one of my little cousin's birthday or something like
Okay.
that. And went back to the crib and literally like an hour after the draft, my agent called me and just told me the Warriors wanted me to come to summer league. I didn't even work out for them. One of my
That's
teammates actually worked out for them. So in my mind, I'm like, did they get my teammate to work out for them, but was trying like should have got me to work out? Because we
yeah.
had the same name.
Mm.
So
Okay.
I was like, I don't know. But I mean, the Wizards workout, we did a lot of 3-on-3 fast break stuff, and that's because they play fast paced transition. Like they point guards can be two guards. Like Malcolm Brogan can play two guard, or Bub, he can play two guard, or like shit, John Wall can play two guard. So like they don't really draft like the proto 6'1", 6'2" type of point guard. You just gotta be able to play that pick and roll, how
Right.
that
Just be able
style
to have
is.
that skill level. Yep.
Yeah. Philly was more so 5-on-5, get up and down, play like shooting drills and stuff like that because they lacked in transition shooting.
Yeah.
Utah, Utah was more of a like half court shit. Utah don't really play that fast, during that time. They want to, see you half court 2-on-2, pick and roll 2-on-2, shooting drills. See how many you can make from spot shooting or, drifting, sliding. It wasn't no 5-on-5 at Utah. There wasn't that many of us there. And at Denver, it was a one-on-one workout with me and KJ McDaniels. But I knew they wasn't about to draft neither one of us. We just was adding it to our resume to get the workout and get good.
Yeah.
Went through the process.
Yep. It's going through the
Yeah,
process.
just going through the process. And for me, I wasn't going through the draft process expecting to get drafted. Like my agent was telling me like teams interested in you, summer league, 3 and D and things like that. They wish you had another year in college, but your age intrigues them. And you play 4 year college and you only 21.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And I was like, I mean, but these niggas like 21 and they played 3 years in the NBA already type shit. Like
Right.
they kind of look at seniors old. Like if I was a junior and came out, it would have looked
Yeah.
different. But I'm a senior, so like I just
That's
wait till the
crazy.
summer
'Cause
league.
that still seems young to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like there's
21.
21-year-old
Yep.
sophomores now, and like at Delaware, people look at me hoop and they might think I'm 23. Like they might think I'm a 5, 6 year senior. No, I was only at D1 for 2 years.
Mm. Wow.
But like the draft process was cool. It was a great experience. They treat you well. The owners ask you some crazy questions, but for me, it was always a relationship based type of thing. Keep good gracious, good connects. Don't be an ass kisser, but be genuinely cool. If
Mm-hmm.
somebody's showing you love, show them love. Don't be an uptight athlete. Don't think you better than the next person because he taping ankles right now, or don't think you better than this assistant coach because he over here stretching us. Like
Now,
when I was with the Warriors for summer league,
hold
Luke
up.
Walton was our coach.
Hold up.
Our
Hold
strength
up.
coach. My bad.
Coaches, now we about to go into the coach. And I'm about to slide it off to the coach. But when did you know after the overseas and things, when did it click that you like, you know what? I'm ready to get back to the game. I'm ready, yeah, to get back to the game. Because I don't know if you thought, like, I'm a coach, I'm a train, I'm a do. Because I see that you do both. You know what I mean?
hmm
So, and don't forget to talk about your camp either. But go ahead, continue.
So initially, while I was a professional athlete, well, when I was in college, I would always go, and when I